Jason, welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing an interactive non-fiction game about living with depression. This game's not supposed to be, this game was free on Steam, so I decided to play it. I know this game is not supposed to be a lighthearted, fun game, but I decided to play it anyway, just because I didn't want to play a horror game. I'm also finding other really cool games on Steam that are free, because I don't pay for games right now because I don't have money and I don't have a job. So, yeah, let's just get on with the video. I have my face cam on because, why not? Okay, let's get started. Okay, Depression Quest is a game that deals with living with depression in a literal way. This game is not meant to be fun or lighthearted experience. If you are currently suffering from an illness that you are easily triggered, please aware that this game is a shark of people in very dark places. If you are suicidal, please stop playing this game and visit a suicidal professional and talk to someone. So that's from them, not me, but I'm basing it off of me too, so let's begin. It's early on a Monday morning, and you are mid-20s human being. You are significant other named Alec, who you are rather fond of. You have been seeing exclusively for the past few months. The rest of your social circle consists of very variety of friends and acquaintances, some of whom you have met in your daily job, which is really boring but pays the rent. You have been doing with your life. You like to be doing more with your life as would your parents, but you still the process of learning it. With motivation just make you deal with these things difficult. You feel and down on yourself for being lazy. But you are quite on thinking things about this, but you never seem to do anything about it. Or lose sleep. The lack of sleep, not good. It's an unseasonably warm Wednesday evening. You have spent some hours at work. The past week you have found your job flagging more than usual. You have been practically all day today, simply going through the motions without realizing that what you've been doing half the time. And yet it seems to be moving at half speed. You're so checked out that your boss approaches you telling you that it's dead and that it barely registers. As you walk home, the streets hiss from the recent rainfall. You know the significant other that will be in classes until late, another couple hours at least. You briefly consider using I don't even know that word, solitude, to catch up on that project that you've been working on so basically really hard on for the past few months. As soon as you think about the work that awaits you at home, you can feel panic creeping from the back of your brain. I'm bitten. As you think about how incredibly far you are, on the amount of work seems nothing less than responsible. So, by the time you arrive home and change out your uncomfortable work clothes, and the stress is weighing down on you like heavy, wet water, your computer seems to be staring down at you from your desk, and you want to sit down and work. The thought of trying to work sends your stress levels flying. More than anything, you feel suddenly absolutely exhausted and feel the strange desire to simply hide in bed. Do you? Order some food and grab a drink and hunker down for the night of work. So that one's crossed out. I can't do that one. Reluctantly sit down at your desk and try to make yourself do something. turn on the TV, tell yourself you just need a quick half an hour to unwind from work, crawl into bed, so stressed no one could possibly accomplish anything anyways. So we have to choose I'm gonna choose 3. So this is Netflix. Just a half an hour of TV, you tell yourself, absolutely grasping for the remote. You don't so much sit down on the couch as you sink into it. You turn on the TV and start going through your usual channel routine. After a few cycles, you realize you're not really doing much, and then absolutely killing time. You check the clock and see that we're 20 minutes, and since you have time, as you imposed time limit creeps even nearer, you become more anxious. You stand up and walk to the fridge, telling yourself, I just need a quick sandwich to get back to work after that. Can't be protective on an empty stomach, right? As you eat, you start pacing around your apartment, heading past your bedroom. In the process, you stop in the doorway as the physically across the threshold. Familiar waves of exhaustion start racking you, and you feel tired and panic. You close your door and head back to the couch. It is still early yet, you tell yourself, as long as I get to work in an hour, I have plenty of time to be productive. As you flip the channels and let CSI, the Jeopardy reruns wash over you, feeling as once encroached upon the shield I lost where I was. By being quite literal, swallowed up by it, but this hour draws. You repeat the fridge-paced couch process a couple more times and realize that several hours passed, and not surprisingly, you've managed to get no work done. That's me sometimes. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put it off and not do anything, but nothing gets done. You crawl into bed. Okay. You crawl into bed of the fact that you have no work. You have to work in the morning, and that you have opportunity to catch up on your own creative endeavors. I don't know that word. Today was squirt. You feel so distinguished with yourself that Alice calls to talk to you on the way home from class. You simply say that you had a rough day at work and you're trying to rest up before your shift tomorrow. She says she understands and wishes you good night, though you can't help but notice with stress of not having gotten everything done this evening and the stress of having to go to work into work tomorrow. The buzz of anxiety in your brain melts together in exhaustion, and you sink into your semi-anxious funk. Too tired to try to work, but too anxious to fall asleep for several hours. Okay, it is a mild Friday afternoon. Alex calls you from one of her classes, telling you there's going to be a really awesome birthday party tonight at her apartment. One of her roommates is throwing. You've hung out with this roommate a few times with Alex, but you get along well, but aren't particularly close. Close to people that much. Except for Alex. Alex is like my bestie in this. You don't have to work in the morning, and nothing else in particular to do tonight. You are feeling kind of run down, but you've been fatigued most of the time lately. You mentioned that you're feeling ill because you're not sure how else to explain those feelings to someone else, saying that you aren't sure that you can make it tonight. There's a second silence over the phone, but you can answer the sound of your partner's face fall. Jessica fits you anyway. You haven't been seeing her this week. She sounds pretty insistent that you come over. She even drops the few worded hints that you stay with them tonight after the party. Shake it off. Okay, take time with your girlfriend. That one's crossed off, so I can't have that option. 2, agree to go. 3, say you're just not really feeling well and can't make it. Try to agree to go. You agree to go even though you're not feeling social. It is important to Alex that you really see her. Seeing her does feel sometimes. I'm hoping that's the case tonight, even though it makes dealing with the social anxiety. With all this social anxiety. The time rolls around and you grab your overnight bag. Alex's apartment is short walk away, and there are already people hanging out on the porch. You feel your child. You quickly find your partner chatting away at the birthday girl. Alex immediately lights up when she sees you. I'm so happy you came. I wasn't sure if you're going to make it. The young man taps on her shoulder, and she turns back to apologize and let you know if they have to do something for the party. Alex hands you a beer and plants a kiss on your cheek before going off to deal with whatever you came up. You look around, you don't see anyone else. You get that again. I'm not sure what to do. Put your bag in Alex's room and avoid the crowd in there for a while. Cling to the back wall, sip beer, and wait for your girlfriend to return. Proceed to drink the earnest, hoping you feel less uncomfortable. Okay, there's 4 choices and I don't know what to choose. I would put the bag in, Alex's room and try to avoid people as much as possible. It's just me. You take your beer and sift through the crowd as you arrive to Alex's room. The room is actually empty of other partygoers, and you sit on her bed and set down your bag. Thankful for the personal fit. So much talking in this. It's not an actual game, I know, but it's a lot of reading. Thankful for the personal space, you feel in a lot less claustrophobic. You mess around on your phone while you sip your beer. You try to telling yourself that you go back out in 5 more minutes, but every time the time rolls, you go back out, you feel creepy. You stay rooted to the spot. You figure out more anyway, so it's unlikely that you'll be missed. A few minutes later, Alex comes into the room. Oh, there you are. I was wondering where you got off to. I figured I may find you here. She sits down next to you and buzzed enough to be slurring slightly. I'm really glad you turned up tonight, to be honest. I didn't think you'd show. It's really cool that you did, really. You know, she meant it lovingly, but you're not quite sure how you feel about your statement. I would go on, but I think it's time for me to end this episode here. I hope you guys liked this first episode of Depression Quest. It's a lot of reading, I know, and it's not really upbeat adventure game like I'm used to, like I'm playing with my other games, but I thought it'd be cool just to get a break from horror games for a while and play this game. I'm also trying to find other good games right now, but none of them are good for me to play right now. So I'll have the end of this episode here. If you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell so you get notifications when I upload next, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, my little pastries.